Hello, thank you so much for joining me. So this is something that I wanted to talk about because I hear this so often, and I used to believe that there was something wrong with me. I scoured the world for the magic pill. I was like, I'm obviously like missing something. Somebody needs to fulfill something inside of me. I was like born without it. Like, oh, I was born without that DNA gene to like be happy or love myself. And I thought I was broken, and there was a lot of reasons why. I had a lot of trauma growing up, and then I kept creating trauma subconsciously, not because I woke up and I was like, I want to ruin my life, but I was just, in this loop of, well, this is what I deserve. This is how it's always been. And when we don't know what we don't know, we do the shit that we've done in the past that hasn't worked. I'm going to say that one again. When we don't know what we don't know, we do the shit that we've already done in the past that hasn't worked. So today I'm going to talk about, this workshop is for you, sis. First of all, if you have the feelings of I'm broken, I need somebody or something to fix me. So the shiny, object, like, oh, I'm going to go for this. This thing's going to fix me. This person's going to fix me. This Instagram post is going to fix me. This massage, this Reiki. Like, we're always like that one thing. It's like basically like overnight success. Like, I'm just waiting for it, and then I'm going to win the lottery, or someone's going to knock on my door and beg to marry me and ask for my bank account number so I can put millions in. Like, secretly, that's what our ego does. Like, the ego is not going to be another way. The ego doesn't vibe off peace and flow. It doesn't vibe off the hero's journey. It doesn't vibe off, consistency and repetitions and love. It vibes off like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me, and negativity and dysfunction. And we all have an ego. So instead of fighting the very part of you that every human has, which is what I did for so long, I instead learned, I'm like, oh my God, you mean I can't get a lobotomy, that like, a surgery, pull a tooth, like get a surgery, cut out a chunk of my skin that's going to take the ego away? That's not going to happen. But what I can do is, instead of being run by my ego and fear and doing the same things over and over again that don't work, coming from stories of not being good enough, I can actually like rewire my hard drive, like clean that. I used to buy used iPhones because I was in, not there's anything wrong with it, but I was in such scarcity. I was like, I never had a new phone, like ever. I was like taking like 10-year-old iPhones and shit, and they like wipe the memory clean so you can't see all their nasty nudes that they're sending. It's like, that is what I essentially did. I was like, well, what I'm doing is making me feel like crap, and actually rather the way I'm thinking is making me feel like crap. And then I'm putting that crap into what I'm doing and wondering why I'm not getting happiness. So it's like the equation was like, I hate myself, negative thoughts. And then now I'm taking these actions because I'm not good enough and to prove. And then now I'm getting more crap and negativity, and I was confused of why. But nobody says, why does 1 + 1 = 2? It's like, well, yeah, that of course you can't get like amazing positivity, self-confidence out of self-hatred and negativity. So if you feel like you're broken, if you have these feelings of like, oh my God, I need somebody to fix me, like I'm all alone, nobody understands, like this is a me problem, no one else understands, like this is me, or you feel like there's something wrong with me, like again, like completely disconnecting from you and every other human, then damn, stick around because I'm going to really hook you up and help you out. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is our stories create our reality. And I actually just think of it like a newspaper. So when a newspaper runs a story, like that's what the story is, right? The headline, most of it's negative because that's what sells. But so the headline, I'm not enough. Like, this is our own personal newspaper story that we're running. I'm not good enough. And so that's the title. And then everything, every paragraph, every story, every guest that's interviewed, every place just like matches that headline. So that's the story that we're serving. That's our headline. And forever I thought that I was like, I'm broken, I'm disgusting. I was sexually abused as a child. So one of my really common stories, my newspaper stories, mine that I would run was, I'm a whore. And I mean, I was sexually abused as a young child. Like, around the age of 5. And so that wasn't my fault, but that experience, that trauma, that abuse happened. And then because I didn't know how to run another story, I didn't have any tools, I didn't have any guidance, that story carried all the way until I was 36 years old. And of course, I have goosebumps. Of course, then, if I'm running that story, if I'm not good enough, wasn't even good enough to be protected as a child, I'm not safe, I'm not lovable. And now as society has so much taboo against talking about sex, it's like, oh, it was me. And it's like, no wonder I freaking got myself in a marriage with a man who was serving me those stories. You're a whore, and then there was abuse, and I felt afraid, and I didn't feel safe. It was like, all I knew how to do was that story we download our stories and our programs under the age of 7. So for 36 years, I was like looking the earth high and low. Where's the Holy Grail? Who is going to save me? Somebody come and save me. And the truth is, we can do all the things. You can go to Tibet. You can become a Buddhist. You can fast for 40 days. You can do Vipassana and not speak. You can only drink water. You can go vegetarian. You can go carnivore. You can go to yoga. You can go to CrossFit. You can walk in nature. You can sing. You can do all the things. But when the story is running, because that is actually the creator of our reality, and that is our soul. So it didn't matter what I was doing. It didn't matter how many healers I went to. It didn't matter if I stayed at home and cried all day, or if I went surfing, or if I went to these workshops and had these healings done on me. None of those were able to have an effect on my reality, because the only thing, got a hair in the lip gloss, that affects my reality are my stories. So instead of, it's like we're all fighting the wrong part of the equation. I was like, a man will save me. A perfect body will save me. Moving to Bali will save me. By the way, I was suicidal when I was in Bali. If we think locations are going to save us, or men, the loneliest I ever was in a marriage. I was like, a man will save me. And then think about it. The loneliest I ever felt in my life was when I got married. It's so insane. So instead of trying to scour the world high and low for the Holy Grail, we actually have to go within and change our own stories. So what happened when I changed my newspaper headline from worthless, disgusting POS and whore, when I changed that to I am love, I am one, I already am. It is my birthright. I have goosebumps. Of course I can feel unconditional love. I was born. That has changed the game in my life. And we can do that. It takes repetitions. It's not rocket science. I'm not reinventing the wheel. The same way that I learned those first stories from hearing them all the time and from my experiences, the repetition is the same way that I made these new ones. So you absolutely can change your headline and change your stories. It's so simple. I mean, it's crazy, the effect. That's what got me from suicidal to living the life of my dreams. It's amazing. And fulfilled. Who doesn't want to be fulfilled? The second point is intuition. I love saying, sis, you're not 5. So again, when we're in our heads and when we have these stories running, right? So when that's the stories that we're serving, we get in this loop. And what's really common is, I don't know. And so if you constantly find yourself doubting, quitting because you don't want to make the wrong decision, being paralyzed because what if I'm wrong? What if I fail? What if I make the wrong decision? And questioning all the time, then that's a number one sign that you're stuck in the head, right? And it's not because you're not good enough, but we've got to learn how to break through those stories and actually feel. So the intuition is our divine feminine. The intuition is coming into our body. The intuition is connecting to our heart. And when we're in that state, so up until I was 36 and I was blaming my ex-husband for ruining my life, I was like, he's the reason I want to die. And I was just so focused on everything else outside of me. And then as soon as I had this divine timing, it was divine intervention, I dropped into my body and I felt my intuition. I no more needed to point anything outward. And it's my mom, my ex, Bali is ruining my life. Like it's like I was like Bali will save my life, and I moved to Bali, and then I was like Bali's ruining my life. It's like, oh my God. So once we drop into that intuition, we no longer have to get approval or beg for love from others. And we don't, like, you're not 5. I'm always like, dude, it's a decision. So women will say, well, how do I know if I should stay with this man? Tell me. And I'm like, dude, you're not 5. Like, what's so amazing is you don't need me to follow you around all day and say, yeah, eat that, or don't eat that, or don't you need to go to the bathroom, or oh, you better read this book or listen to this song. Like, that's weird. You're not 5 years old. And we're kind of taught that we need somebody to tell us what to do. So it's so empowering and so freeing when it's like, I'm not going to save you, sis, and I don't need to tell you what to do. We know, like, if I know what clothes I want to put on in the morning, and I know what I'm gonna eat for breakfast, and I know, like, that I'm gonna do my meditation and I'm making these decisions, we don't need somebody to tell you what to do, because that's crazy. That's so powerless. You're not 5. We go, it's like, let's get back to the foundations in the beginning. What's really wrong is you don't trust yourself. You're afraid to fail. You doubt yourself because you don't believe that you're good enough. So that's what has to be worked on, because it's not like Lani is so perfect and always does everything right, but I'm like, in my intuition right now, my whole body, it's either a hell yes or a hell no. I know like the decision. It's not confusing. Like, my whole body like opens up and I get goosebumps and teary-eyed and hard nipples, and I'm like, yes, or I'm like, I feel like everything's like, huh, and it like shuts, and it's not wrong or right, it's not good or bad, it's my intuition, it's what's working best for me, and it's not about anybody else doing the wrong thing, or I need this perfect yoga teacher, or I need this man. It's like, it's all down to me, and that's so empowering and so beautiful, so inspiring. And the last part is our hero's journey. So again, society now has been so instant. It's like TikTok, 15 seconds, boring. And then we're just like so like instant gratification, like a cocaine hit. Like, you get this cocaine hit. Like, you can get porn any chance. You can go get wasted any chance. You can get drugs. Like, you can numb yourself and go on Instagram. You can talk to however many people and get attention online. Like, we live in such a world of instantaneous and now. And what makes us so strong and what makes us so great is the hero's journey. So like, I have never ever felt proud or got courage from something that I was just like, did like this. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, I didn't value it because I was like, why would I care? Like, we don't value pennies, like 1 cent. It's like, I've seen like, I tried to give like a penny to my brother when he was 5. He's like, that's crap. Like, he didn't even care about it. So we don't value stuff when it's comes so easy, and when we weren't like invested, and when our intention wasn't like totally connected to source. You know what I mean? And so if we're expecting to, like, I know you would never say, Lani, I watched one YouTube video and then I went to the gym for 30 minutes and the YouTube video was called How to Get a Six-Pack, and I didn't get a six-pack. So what the hell? Like, I know that's like insane. That's crazy, right? We don't expect in the rest of our life to do one thing. It's like, I know you wouldn't go to one Spanish class and be like, why am I not fluent? Like, that's just insane. But when it comes to our spirituality, we forget that it's like a muscle. It's just like a muscle. So I used to think that, oh my God, when I'm enlightened, nothing bad will ever happen. Oh my God, everybody's gonna act the way I want. Like, I was like, my goal was to be perfect. And that's not a reality. And now what I know to be true is challenges are just if I'm alive, I'm gonna experience challenges. It's the universe in its essence is a challenge. Like, that's just what's gonna happen. And I'm not being punished. Like, the universe's job is to evolve me into the most beautiful, expanded, loving, compassionate, harmonious version of myself. Like, the universe wants as many evolved species as possible. So instead of looking at it as like, why is this happening to me? It's like, dude, this is an opportunity, right? This is a challenge and I can grow. So when we want to get our body stronger, the only way that we can do that is by putting it under stress. Like, we actually physically like put our body under stress. We put the weight on, we put the barbell on, or however you like to lift weights, and we put our body under stress. And then we get stronger and we feel proud and we grow. And our spirituality, our hero's journey is the same. Without being put under stress, so like that triggers like in most people negativity. So that's why I just say challenges, because I'm like, I like a good, challenge. I'm always down for a challenge. Like that excites me. And that's in our like that's just the way that this works. It's in our essence. It's the way that the universe is created. Like the freaking butterfly has to come out of the cocoon. Like to get our teeth, they have to pop through the gums. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just the way the world is made. So I spent so much time fighting the parts that I could never change. Like I can't change that the universe is going to always offer me challenges. I can't get a surgery and take out my ego. I looked for a magic pill. I sure as shit didn't find any of them. I tried a man would save me. I thought that people should tell me what to do. So I surrounded myself with really controlling people because I felt out of control, and none of that worked. So the hero's journey, like, it's so inspiring. Like, think of your favorite movies ever. They aren't like, oh, she was perfect, the end. It's like, dude, they went through a serious hero's journey. Like, how amazing is that? Okay, so if you totally dug this and you're like, I'm thirsty for more, like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, then I'm gonna go into my amazing workshop. So let me just clean the board up. Bam, got it going on. I love a good whiteboard. Okay, so if you're like totally vibing and you're like, dude, how? I need more help. I'm like, I totally feel you, I'm totally vibing, I'm resonating. Then you've got to come to my free online workshop. So just click the button below, get registered for that ASAP. Now this workshop is for you if you want to find your purpose. So we can either be living up to our full potential or we're settling. Like settling is the opposite of not living up to our full potential. And unfortunately, society has us judging. Like I've had women be like, oh yeah, I'm like married and there's a house over my head and I have a job, so I should be fine. And I'm like, well, how do you feel? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, are you happy when you wake up? And it's like, I'm miserable, I'm exhausted, I'm overwhelmed, I feel trapped, I should be happy, why am I not happy? And I'm like, damn. So it doesn't matter if you have $1 billion in your bank account. I care about how you feel. If you feel energized and excited and you wake up knowing that you're living your purpose spiritually, intimately with your friends and your relationships, physically, financially, like that shit you're feeling is gold. It's the most incredible thing ever. So this workshop is 5 virtually unknown secrets that will help you break free from guilt, let the past go, and finally find love. So if you're like, oh my God, yes, then click the link, get signed up. So if you're struggling with past stuff, you can't let the past go, feeling overwhelmed, stressed, exhausted, anxious, depressed, suicidal thoughts, it's just become the norm now. Everyone's like, it's insane. And I was suicidal, so I understand, but it's so mind-blowing that I can meet these women that are like, like everyone thinks they're all happy and then they're not so happy. So if we are really struggling, we can't control our emotions. Like it's like the hamster wheel, getting stuck in that negative feedback loop. Oh, like if somebody says something mean, or if I get a thought from the past, or if I feel like I should be married or I shouldn't be married or I should be making more money, or like if you are completely run and the driver is fear, then damn girl, you need to come to this workshop, because I'm going to completely give you the 5 steps, exactly what you need. This came out of necessity. I was at rock bottom. I was suicidal. I was alone. I was hopeless. And I was like, okay, like I'm just going to die this way. Like I'm going to just slowly die the rest of my life. So I, through trial and error and time and money, tried all these things, and I've boiled it down to the most simple, fun, exciting. No, you're not a loser. No, there's not something wrong with you. No, nobody needs to fix you. Like you have the power inside. I just teach you how to wade through all the crap and finally access that. So you're gonna break through the negative, exhausted life that you have. You're gonna learn how to finally release your guilt and believe you are enough. And you're gonna learn exactly how to reach your full potential. This is amazing. So click the link now, get into that free workshop, and I'll see you soon.